So we're on the other side now, just checking the diameter. We had 52, we want 40, so 12 millimeters to go. Well, we just cleared up the taper, and yeah, fair bit to go. The machine was struggling a bit with the outer diameter at that speed, but yeah, that's how it is. Anyway. That's almost 10 amps on the phase converter. That's about what the machine can do. That's about 2 kilowatts. And yeah, this stuff is so hard. We're cutting back a little bit because it's just too much. So that's still 6-7 amps. So we need to sort the proper phase converter out. Anyway, doing well. So we're down at 42. The thing is pretty hot, but this is the best way to ruin an insert, because there are some holes with threads in the front of the shaft. So I'll probably machine that further down, because I don't need the full length. That 10 millimeters don't really harm. And yeah, at the moment it's pretty hot, I can't touch it. We've got 2 millimeters to go, but I'm gonna wait until this thing is a bit colder, just to make sure I'm not undersized at the end. Target is 40 millimeters, slip fit, just about slip fit on the bearing, and the taper is bigger anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, we'll come back when this thing is cold. So the first side is done. Nice slip fit. That's the taper. They're very popular over here. You just drive a grub screw into these holes and actually pull the taper into that. The outer side is tapered and the inner side as well. So a little bit of a chamfer here. It's a little bit over here, and it's just about 40 here, 500 or 400, because I think in this area the bed has the most wear, so the tool is sagging a little bit. I polished it, it's okay. And this material is really gummy. If you do heavier cuts, it's okay, but if you do light skims, even with a sharp tool, it's like gum. Yeah, it's like gum. It's awful. Anyway, done. Next side. So number 1 is done. We're gonna make a mock-up in a minute and show it all comes together. Now we go to number 2. So what we got here is another old dyno shaft, about 80 centimeters long, 800 millimeters. Yeah, we had to clean the center a little bit. There is a center in it, but the major problem is actually we need to plunge in here and see if we got at least 40 millimeters, because there is corrosion here. If that cleans up okay at about 40, it's alright. Otherwise we got 2 options: either weld it up or use another one. I have another one here, but that's a shame. That is over a meter long, and that might be useful for something else because it's quite thick. This one, I had another one, I cut that down, it was not much left in the middle. Yeah, let's shut that up and plunge in a little bit and see what it does. I'm going to use an old tool because that's all rust and that kills my insert. Anyway, that's what we're going to do now. And that's how it comes together. So we need to make the discs. And keyboard doesn't matter. I need to make the discs, put them in the right place. That goes a bit further in. But that's about it. There's no nuts and bolts in. So first one done. So we're trying to get through the hard chrome layer, and I think it's case hardened. Gonna go slow, and there is a cut in the shaft as well when they cut the bearing off. So we're gonna go slower. I use an old tool, which isn't super sharp anyway, but seems doing alright. So let's carry on with that. I think that's running for probably another half an hour or so, and we should be ending with a clean shaft. We're really battling with some hard spots in this shaft here, especially where it's rusty. Yeah, I only take a tiny amount, and sometimes it's glass hard. Especially here, where these rusty spots are, this is almost like glass here as well. You can see the tool was almost rubbing. Yeah, we'll get there slowly. Does it on its own, so we'll leave it alone. Alright, we'll come back when it's clean. So, and that's the old self-bend at full speed. All is fully. And the finish looks good. We're on the last pass for now. I turned it down to the bare metal so the rust is gone. I know it's going to be a bit loud, but yeah, doing well. That's how the finish looks like. Not bad actually. Different material here, don't know. Bit harmonics, but that's okay. Can live with that. Alright, let's measure the ends and carry on. So we're just setting up the steady rest because we're going to cut that end off, at least up until here where the keyway is. And so we set the steady rest to run that okay, and then we'll take it out, come back, face it off, center it. I don't know if there is a center on the other side. We'll check that when we take it out anyway, and then we'll machine the ends. So that's the plan for now. So basically just tie the steady rest down and then just snug it up slightly, both sides obviously, and it should be good to go. So we're all set. We marked the end. We also marked the chuck. So hopefully we open just these two chucks here and take it out, put it back in the same position. So it should run through enough to get the end faced off and centered. If not, well, we check it with an indicator anyway, and we'll see. I got some new inserts. Hopefully they're a bit better. They're from China, obviously. Because they were a tenner the box, whereas if you buy expensive ones they are 50 quid or more the box. So let's give them a try. First we're going to cut that off, take it out, see how it behaves here. It doesn't drop down, that's good. So let's take it out. The spanner. Where's my spanner? And let's take it out. I'll put the camera.
So we're cutting, but I think that will take some time because the material is pretty hard. So we just let that run and come back when it's done.
So we're back in the lathe. I had to recenter it a little bit. It was off because it's rusty, so it was a bit off. So I had to recenter it. It runs through again now. So we steady is set. So we're just gonna face that off and. Anyway. So we're back. We faced it off, centerboarded, and we're back, and we're going to turn till here, and then we'll decide if we machine that down or not. We'll see. The new inserts are doing good. See how long. We're running relatively high speed or high feed rate at the moment. Chips are turning blue, so we'll see. We need to go down to 40, so that's going to take a little bit. We'll come back when we're a bit closer. Doing well still. See how long. Quite a bit of pull pressure on it. That stuff is tough. Okay, I'm going to stop here. So the chips. It's hot, but otherwise we're not going to get anywhere. Alright, let's go on. So, coming close, 1 millimeter to go after that, approximately. And yeah, you can hear we increase the speed and the machine is actually at the limits. I'm pulling 6 amps or something like that. I can hear the belt is almost slipping. I need to do something on the belt tensioner. Anyway, let's finish that off and we'll come back. So we decided to machine that down. We are okay, it's about 45. So we're gonna let that cool down now and finish it off tomorrow because it's pretty warm, so I'm not gonna go to the final diameter here. Alright. So we're done this side. We are within plus minus 100 of a millimeter, which is good. Polished it a little bit because the finish wasn't super good on the light cuts with the TNMG. I'll probably try a HSS tool for the final cut. Makes probably a better finish. Anyway, it looks, there is something, but it's not. You can't feel it. It just looks like that, and the material is not. Yeah. The problem with the material is the cut is changing, and also obviously the lathe isn't perfectly leveled, and I can feel some vibration, and these are the marks of the vibrations of the machine itself. It has mainly to do with the belt. Every time it comes over the joint, you can feel something happens, and this is actually causing these stripes here, but nothing I can do right now. Alright, let's turn it around and do the other side.